The Legacy of Wisdom project gathers and publishes answers to many of humanity's most pressing questions from some of our most experienced and profound leaders.
Sexuality as well. And as we get older, there are a whole series of expectations about both intimacy and sexuality as both the same and as separate. And you mentioned before about tantric
rest homes,
which of course for many people today tantra is equated not with its higher
sacred sex.
It's more a different kind of story. Well, can you talk a little bit about as we as a community grow older, how do we gain the intimacy without getting into all the problem areas that are often involved in that? Because a lot of the older homes, they don't encourage touch. They don't.
Yes, it's a very lonely, contactless environment often, and that's also very debilitating to people. Very debilitating. Well, I think, first of all, there's a lot of ways we could be together that are asexual and yet loving. Like frolicking in pools and hot tubs and saunas and steam rooms and on the beach and dancing together and other things that don't have to have sexual or even couple connotations. And another thing is that we can learn to touch people in ways that are not necessarily perceived as sexual, like hugging and shaking hands, and the staff and the nurses and I guess the doctors and everybody, as well as the patients, being almost encouraged to do that rather than discouraged. There are certain professional boundaries about hugging and kissing your, therapy client or your doctor patient. So, we have to think about this, but not just go in the modern scientific direction of total separation. Because for these old people, it's very sad. It's like, when was the last time not even talking about like lovemaking, when was the last time you got hugged or kissed? And some of them say some crazy thing like a year, 5 years, I don't know. It's very sad. And you just dry up, your soul dries up inside. So I think there are many ways to do that, and bring in people who like to hug and touch like children, and also have the elders hug the animals and the pet visitors and things like that, and maybe hug each other and circle dances, square dances, or whatever appropriate things there are. But then deeper, there's couples yoga, there's meditating and praying together. There's a lot of things besides bingo that we can do to deepen and enrich together. I call it co-meditations, but it doesn't have to be meditation, like nature walks together, or silent time together, or eye gazing, holding each other in an embrace without touching, knee to knee, co-meditation, meditating together, praying together, and then maybe touching or just gentle hand touch. So there's a lot of touch involved. And then, of course, you can't leave out of this discussion the little blue pill, Viagra, which has brought in a whole new dimension of gerontological sex and sexual activity in these facilities, for better or for worse. And we have to think about this, that people's sexuality doesn't just end when they get to a certain age with or without Viagra. And I think that this could be a beautiful thing. And we need to think about this and encourage it, and also see that it happens in situation-appropriate ways. Needless to say, not exploitative and not unsafe and so on. Well, there's a lot more to say about that. I don't know if you want to say it, but it's known that the men are doing a lot of stooping in the old age homes and the women aren't, and it's just kind of a sad, commentary again on the male dominance in our society, kind of coming in systemically. There's no female Viagra, and the men are more, likely to be hunting and gathering, and the women want to connect and stay. So the women are in their bed at night and the men are going around. I mean, I haven't started doing that myself. Not yet. But, and the problems that come with that. I just think this is a good time to be planning and thinking and talking, dialogue, and public conversation about it to destigmatize it.
Right.
This isn't a shameful area. Sex is a beautiful area, not to mention touch and intimacy and connection and, 80 and 90-year-olds falling in love or getting companionship, getting married, getting whatever they do at that age. I mean, why should they be alone? If they want to get married and have companionship, great. Whether they have sex or not. Love is so much bigger than sex.
Thank you.